And Irving does with a nice spin move, and here comes Marcus Smart, who played at Oklahoma State. Tatum driving into the line, picks up the foul.
The paint there. Didn't miss one.
Tatum bounces off Middleton, knocks it down.
Yeah, mismatch, that's the size of Tatum.
It's for a pass. That was a bad shot. He had Ben streaking down the lane for the rebounding position anyway, so that was a good timely shot. He happened to make it.
Jayson Tatum, a good look. McConnell right now stuck on the 6'8" Tatum, and here they go. Contact made, whistle silent. TJ to the floor as Tatum gets 2.
Wow, that's a career. Tatum, open, got it.
Great range, great pick set up that time, and
gonna pull up, pops it out. Horford, an offensive rebound.
Nice thing.
Here's Tatum from the elbow, and he buries it.
He has great confidence in his shot. Now, when you
11 points and scored his last 3 buckets.
8-0 run for the Hawks. Tatum, beautiful. Jayson
to help.
Bellinelli on the floor ahead of Bazemore as we start the second half. Out it comes now to Tatum. He'll fire and hit.
Hand off to Smart. Tatum, 8 on the shot clock. Tatum, yes.
well, they took the layup away from him.
84. Good defense here in the half court. Rozier, 8 on the shot clock. Nice move. 2 to Jayson Tatum.
Well, they're finally getting the ball to him too.
Matchup action.
Tatum, the rookie.
That is so smooth.
Jumper, and he's a master at that.
Magic have hit 3 of their first 6. Boston 2 of their first 4. Make it 3 of 5 as Tatum gets 2.
Boy, he came off the pick and right into his.
Irving guarded by Collison.
Well guarded by Collison.
Shot clock down to 6.
That's his favorite shot there. He's really a mid-range shooter, making 3-point.
They're out there for Boston. Tatum, 2.
That was great.
Tatum.
Boy, you got Jackson to go behind the pick.
Kyrie back to Horford. Fakes it. Tatum will take it and make it.
Boy, they're not doing anything to really play him other than
Tatum.
Boy, back in October, Parker didn't play in that game. Jayson Tatum with a pump fake from 3. With 6 on the shot clock. He is so poised and skilled as player development stories of R.C. Buford, the general manager, and Greg Popovich. Tatum left alone, and he makes San Antonio pay.
Very good there, too.
Started shooting them there. Better now. Tatum, the league's leader from behind the long line.
11 years in the league. Tatum, step away. Rozier. Tatum making it look pretty easy. Mike
Irving's 3. Offensive rebounds at the end of the second quarter started to hurt the Grizzlies some, and second chance opportunity. Again, the turnovers here have aided the Celtics to this double-digit lead.
and Tatum not looking.
And that is the same on the road. They're as good on the road as they are at home. That's the rookie Tatum.
And he's one of the reasons why. Because he may be under while you get some three-pointers going, so you don't mind that.
In the 2 home losses here to Detroit and Oklahoma City, the Pacers scored just 96.5 points and shot.
Made it tough to make the entry pass. Brown has nowhere to go, kicks it out. Tatum to beat the shot clock, and does.
Tatum, played by Beasley. Tatum has to fire with the shot clock rolling down. A lot of switching by the Knicks.
Beautiful fake. And hits. So a slow.
Kyrie trying to get free, gets in the paint. Baines gives it up. Tatum is going to take it, make it.
Well run play. The man dropped below the pick.
14-12, Celtics by 2 in the ball. Tatum.
Well, Valentine isn't big at that perfectly.
Tatum for 2.
Here, and then also look ahead to the Thunder Rockets coming up on ABC.
I thought you were about to get people to rewind their VCR. Tatum is 4 for 4 from 2 points.
It wasn't just Isaiah Thomas that was dealt. That was a big move that the Celtics made in moving Bradley in the offseason. Look at Tatum create space and hit on the baseline.
Whew. The way we decided we wanted to talk the whole way.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm sitting next to you tomorrow out in San Francisco. I promise I won't say a word. Jayson Tatum is...
Back to Calderon to start this half on Irving.
Tatum, the pull-up shot, and that's good. Tatum, one of those Celtics restrictions, but he is active. Would that be something?
Mike, you have to say this every time because it's in every article about every player. We're not.
Out by Morris. 4th rebound from Morris off the bench. Tatum with the dribble and the pull-up. Got it.
Are you kidding me right now? Mike.
Down 22 points, and we came and walked them down. I know we don't have Kyrie, but we're at home, and I think we're just going to come out and show up and win. And you can't. Or if that was Russell Westbrook, you see the outfits between the two of them?
Yeah, capes are big.
I don't know who wore it better.
Outside shot is up and in.
Tice. Tatum for 2.
Once again, that
Did more than he's had in the past, and he's always been a good passer.
and you know that, Mike. Doc Rivers has always raved about how underrated of a passer as Tatum knocks down the jump shot.
Sometimes you want to call him Sweet Lou, but to me that's a Lou Piniella nickname, and Lou Hudson from the NBA.
Yeah.
So
Sticks with me.
Tatum, some pretty crossovers. That's a 19-year-old that just did that. Lead back up to 3rd advantage. Pachulia shows to help. Tatum falling away. That's good. 8 straight points by the Boston Celtics. And they are 6 of 7 from the...
Take a look at our Mountain Dew first quarter stats.
One thing I like about Boston on offense, I know they've had trouble scoring. They shoot the way they shot, like that. And that's not bad defense.
Crowd chant defense now. At 66 all. Oh, down goes Torrey Craig.
Saturday night, he bounced back nicely, scoring 20 points against Denver. The victory on the road against the Nuggets. And thrills that one.
Tich was a player they were involved in. I know they're in discussions with a few teams on wing players, but they don't have many tradable. They have very few.
Excellent rebounder for a guard. He's got 8 boards to go along with 13 points. Tatum on a pull-up. Sweet jumper there for the 19-year-old. Rozier up top to Tatum. Tatum. Boy, he made that so difficult. Good defense from Lance Thomas, a fellow Dookie. Tatum tries again. Pull-up jumper. Boy, that is smooth and fun.
That's for Tommy, too.
I got on the officials a little bit today.
Tatum knocks down the jumper. Tatum. Line drive jumper for 2.
Yeah, that's tough money right there.
Horford outside. Tatum. Step closer for 2.
Like that ball moved. Jaylen Brown didn't force.
Voice in my headset.
That's a good point.
That voice is usually right.
Tatum.
Tatum. The good fake. And buries the shot.
That's good to see. He started out really.
Tatum taking it to Connaughton. Tough shot. Makes it. We're tied at 75.
Going away from the basket. Brings it back to him.
Ojale. Tatum. Pull up.
Yes, that's money. Jayson Tatum came off.
That guy can go off for 15 points in a quarter. We're putting bodies in front of him, and we're not giving him easy looks in transition, but he said that has to maintain in the third quarter and second.
Pacers up by 6. Pacers up by 4. Tatum. These are stats in the third quarter. So the Celtics shot 68%, 5 of 9 shooting threes. And they get a counting bounce right there to open the
4-point deficit to take a lead, but could not finish it off. So they've had some ups and downs recently. The rookie Tatum. A career high 16.8 a game, so nearly 17 points per game with Utah. Tatum, smooth shot there. He's got 7.
To Jaylen Brown. Jayson Tatum, spinning, gunning, gets it.
Tatum with the miss. Knocks down the shot.
There you go. That's what you want to see from Jayson Tatum. Be able to.
Smart. Guarded by Paul. Again, Chris Paul with 2 fouls. Tatum on the pull-up. Tatum drills it.
Keep the ball moving after a switch. If you switch against Paul or Harden, they do it differently. They're going to go straight ISO and try to beat your guy off the dribble.
Brad Stevens is going to say, I got to get somebody in there that can score the ball. They have a big lead, but as Tatum knocks down that little mid-range jumper.
Well, Neil, sometimes.
They've become a very good basketball team.
Tatum. Crossover on Bogdanovich and buries the jump shot.
Well, that's the weakness.
Tice comes out, sets the screen. Larkin goes the other way. Tatum for 2.
Now he's one of the few guys on this subject.
Ever trapped inside. As the flames grew bigger, Brandon used a baseball bat to shatter the window, fearing that the car would burst into flames.
We lose the game this way. At least this way it's only a tie. But
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm with you. And they even go back to the possession where they didn't score and end up getting that.
With you wherever you go.
Tatum. Sweet little jumper over the top.
Now Tatum, size advantage on Holiday. Not bad. Man, oh man, shorten the dribble to get third quarter. And we're down by 2 at the break. Tatum again, weaving his way into a mid-range. Man, oh man. He's keeping him single-handed.
He's about to give it.
And they get a stop. Tatum on the run out. Too good a look. And that's where the big guy coming out of.
He's dribbling with his left hand, he'll dribble to the other team, but his right hand is solid on attacking. Brewer's just a great guy. Really enjoyed coaching him. Nice move by Tatum. Boy, he's smooth.
He really is.
How about that one, Lamar?
Oh, that's as good as it gets.
Wow.
That kind of distance.
Tatum is due and rattles one in. So Tatum 0 for 5. Monroe tonight, 10 points, 10 boards. Tatum off the screen in deep for a mid-range runner. Got it.
Now you get an idea of what it would be like to broadcast a game in the Olympics with all of these foreign players and their the late Johnny Most.
Yeah, he was good.
His identity.
He was. Tatum, 2 straight. Jayson Tatum. I mean.
And there's Tatum again. We have 1 minute left here in this first half. He's playing very well. Tatum step back. And he gets the friendly roll. Tatum, now it's
been an easy game to overlook.
They play 48 minutes. I don't care if they're up 10.
In the midst of the playoff run.
Yeah, and the Celtics really need Kyrie to start the playoffs. There's a lot of teams at the bottom of that division conference.
Draft whether they were going to take Josh Jackson or Jayson Tatum, and it wasn't until the night before that they finally came to the decision. And it made for an easy decision for
Josh got away with a pull and a tug of the jersey of Horford.
Chris contesting on that long two by Tatum. To the eye of Tatum says, all right.
Well, he's +2 right now. He has 21, Tatum has 19.
Tatum looking to match him, and he does.
Let's see. Match game.
Team that year was Michael Carter-Williams, Trey Burke, Oladipo, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Mason Plumlee.
Did you just come up with this off the top of your head?
Now, I just want you to...
It's looking to grab a lead here. Nearly 5 minutes gone, opening quarter. Tatum in a crowd, pulls up. Got it. It's getting so much better at running. Tatum the step away. The two. That was sweet. Little Dirk Nowitzki. At all. Tatum, there's that little step away of his. Nothing but.
Doris, how much of it is it terrific defense and how much is it just missed shots?
I think it's some of both. Nice job by Tatum. Boy, he gets
down at 3.
You know what's been terrific during the course of this season? The development of this guy here, Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
4 on the shot clock. Baines knows he's got to move it quick. Here's Tatum. Got to get one up. Does get it off and scores.
What nice patience by Tatum. The clock is winding down. It's under a second left on the shot clock before.
Boston as well with Larkin running the point, hoping Larkin has a better window of playing time here this go-round after 4 turnovers. And Jayson Tatum.
Guarded by Antetokounmpo.
All I know, it was a wasted 2-on-1 break where you should have had a layup.
And Jayson Tatum
cleaning out. They allowed him to re-switch down inside.
Baines gave it back to Tatum. Nowhere to go on the baseline. Forced it and found nothing but cord.
No, that was a primetime shot. Fronting his man.
Tatum one-on-one against Middleton. Takes out his do-it-yourself kit for the lead.
Boston getting a lot in the paint here in this first quarter. Already 12 points inside the lane. Tatum will pull this one on the mid-range. He has got a beautiful stroke.
On him, trying to keep the game, in front of us, but he's very dynamic. He's hard to guard.
And our thanks was a handful on Embiid defensively in game 1. Celtics can run some defenders at Embiid, some size. Jayson Tatum knocks down the jump shot.
Sharks battling with Horford and Smart. Nice pass, Tatum. And looked like an offensive foul, a push-up, and rattles around and down. And Tatum has the
huge shot.
He'd been struggling from the floor prior to that make. Here's Tatum trying to answer. He does, the rookie. Out of Duke.
Your seat here. This does feel like it. It's all working from the inside out. Tatum steps in for a 2, and he's got a sweet mid-range game.
Moving from side to side. They're stagnant on their offensive end right now.
McConnell trying to check Tatum here. Tatum, little turnaround jumper is good. Smooth as silk. Jayson Tatum quiets down without the visor across the mask. Fractured orbital bone in the left eye. As Tatum, little shake and bake, and gets a friendly bounce.
Beautiful shot there. Yes, he does, Brian. His ability to shoot the ball, put it on the floor, get to the paint, so impressive.
Tatum drops Covington and scores. Covington went for
him. Tatum backs up 4 to shoot. Tatum on the drive, falling away, puts it up, puts it in. The shot. Tatum pulls back. Tristan Thompson guards him. Tatum jump shot. Got it! Jayson Tatum.
31. It's our job to keep wearing on LeBron. I said, what about Korver? Anything you want to see different? He said, we made some mistakes. I said, anything specific? He wouldn't let me know that, Mike.
Oh, those coaches. Well, there's no secret. Not catching it on the block to make a play for himself. But is patient and finds Korver.
Tatum, nice fake to get rid of Green. And nails that jumper for his second field goal.
Tatum falling away. His shot will go. 15 points for Tatum.
Overwhelmed the Raptors. Their defense in game 3 and so far here in game 4, it's like a different team. As Tatum rattles that one home.
And now Coach going even smaller where LeBron is the guy defending Al Horford.
Comes up with it. Shot clock down to 4. Tatum on the move. Tatum's got to put it up. Just gets it off in time and nails it. Jayson Tatum. Zizic with some nice defense. Yabusele cross court. Tatum has to put it up. Fires and hits. There's the exclamation point.
Good job by Baines.
Horford against Thompson. That's been a key matchup in this series. Tatum gets open again. This time connects. The 20-year-old rookie with the first bucket of. The first quarter has been enormous in terms of the impact of the final result. Tatum on a pull-up.
Playing with his hands up high and wedging the guy underneath.
Tatum guarded by Hill. Tatum pull-up shot is good. Shot clock down to 5 again. Thompson, excellent defense. Tatum. Oh, Tatum nails it. Thompson played him beautifully.